Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Dai and today I'm bringing you my first impressions of the Monochrome Manga Club October selections. The Monochrome Manga Club is a way for me to talk about my in real life manga club selections on my channel. So every month we read two first in a series books and then we continue our series read. So in the month of October our selections were Toilet Bound Hanako-kun by Aida Ito. This one is published by Yen Press, rated teen. And then we also read volume 1 of Servamp by Strike Tanaka. This one is published by 7 Seas and is rated teen. So I will be talking about these two volumes in this video. We also read volumes 3 and 4 of Parasite because that is our series read at the moment. I will not be talking about those volumes in this video because they are not first in a series volumes, but if you're interested in hearing my thoughts on those two volumes, definitely check out my monthly wrap-up for October. At the end of this video, I will also let you know what the selections for November will be in case you'd like to read along with us and tell me your thoughts about those volumes. But let me start off with volume 1 of Servamp. This is about a boy who likes to keep things simple, but then he finds a cat. The cat ends up not being a cat, but a vampire, and then his life gets complicated. I think that's the best way to explain this series without giving away a lot. But basically, our cat is this character here on the cover. He gets named Kuro because he's black. And so basically our main character picks him up, he sees this. And then he gets home one day and finds this guy in his apartment. And so it turns out that there are some other vampires who are after this particular vampire. And servamps are basically servant vampires in this world. So they make contracts with humans and are able to do things because of the contract. So they get stronger abilities and they're able to fight, other vampires. But there are also other servamps who want to take out some of the other servamps and their masters. I think that's what they're called. I can't remember. They definitely have a term for the people who get contracted with these servant vampires. But our main character, Mahiru, is basically living on his own even though he's a teenager because his uncle is always out of town. And so he gets caught up in this world of servant vampires. And there's definitely a war brewing in this volume. We get a hint of things that are going on. And we also meet some of the other vampire servants. So I thought this was very interesting. There is a lot of the story that I'm already familiar with because I have watched the anime in its entirety and I really, really enjoyed that. I have no doubt that I'm going to enjoy the rest of this series as well. It is one that my daughter is up to date on. The volumes for this series come out super slow though, like maybe one volume a year if we're lucky. And so I know a volume just came out recently and I've added it to our collection because like I said, my daughter is up to date. It's a series that she really enjoys. In fact, she has rewatched the anime within the last month. And I think she told me she's getting ready to do a reread of the manga, at least all of the volumes that we have. Because the series comes out so slow, she just enjoys the experience of rereading everything. And she really enjoys this series. And I'm enjoying it as well. I definitely like the art style. A lot of things that happened in this volume, like I said, I was already familiar with because I watched the anime. There are lots of things that I'm curious about. And yeah, I'm looking forward to experiencing more of this story, especially past what I already know about this series. And yeah, so definitely one I'm going to continue. And like I said, we already have all of the volumes that are out. So I really, really enjoyed this one. I'm looking forward to seeing what the rest of the people at the club think of it. So next up is a series that I didn't think I was going to be interested in for a while. But I had heard somebody talk about it, and to this day, I still can't remember who it was because it came up as one of those autoplay videos while I was just had YouTube on one day in the background. And I know it was a girl. She lives in Japan, I believe, but she was just talking about this series with such high praise and how much she enjoyed it that I thought, you know what, I'm going to check that one out. So I decided to have it as one of our manga club selections because I thought it was fitting for October, being that the story is takes its inspiration from a urban legend called Hanako, and that is Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. So the urban legend actually is about a girl ghost named Hanako who lives who can be located in a girl's restroom, and basically you're supposed to like knock on the door and you make a trade with Hanako. So you tell her what you want and in exchange she takes something from you. Well, in this story, Hanako is a boy, and we have Nene, who is one of our main characters in the story, and she goes and wants to make a deal with Hanako. So she goes to the girl's restroom, knocks on the door, and out pops Hanako-kun. She's like, wait, I thought you were a girl. He's like, no, I'm a guy. But basically, that's how they start their, friendship. So this story follows Nene and Hanako getting to know each other while trying to get Nene's wish granted. And there are definite, differences, like the way Hanako kind of tells Nene, cautionary advice. Like telling her, okay, if we use this, the price for your wish is going to be a lot more, and then offers, alternate solutions. I thought that was interesting, and while I thought the things that happened in this story was very interesting, because we not only see that, but Nene gets herself into a different situation, which kind of seems like it's going to carry through at least the next volume. But we also see a couple of other things. They meet up with another character, and yeah, I thought the things that happened here was interesting, but I had a little bit of an issue with this, and that's the fact that you can see on the cover Hanako looks very young. Apparently they're supposed to be high school students, but he doesn't exude high school student to me, and the way that the characters are drawn, especially Nene, she looks very, very young. And so some of the things that are going on in my head, I was like, wait, that's not appropriate. I kept forgetting that they were in high school, and even then, some of the things that happened weren't appropriate. There's one scene where Nene loses her bra. I mean, she's completely covered still, but she's big-chested, and I just thought, why was that necessary? Yeah, and like I said, she still has her shirt on, but she just loses her bra. And so there were things like that that were unsettling for me, and because the characters look so young, I didn't enjoy some of the things that were happening. So this is definitely going to be one of those series that I'm going to assess one volume at a time. There were things about this volume that I enjoyed, but I think there were more things that were unsettling to me than things that I enjoyed. So yeah, I was a little bit disappointed because I thought I'd have a better experience, especially because, I kind of changed my mind based on hearing how much this one person enjoyed this series so much. But maybe I should have stuck to my guns. I don't know. The legend of Hanako is definitely one that I find interesting. And I think it would make a really great, novel. Something based on it would make a really great novel. or even a more like scary take on it, but this one is definitely more humorous. But this definitely didn't hit the mark for me. I think I was hoping for something else, but that's not to say that this won't grow on me. So I'm definitely willing to give it another volume or two to make a firm decision. But yeah, I was a little bit let down by this one. But I'll continue to monitor it and see what I think in continuing volumes. So that is pretty much all I have to say about these two volumes. I'm really looking forward to talking about them with my manga club members. As of the day that I'm filming this, our manga club meeting is actually tomorrow. So unlike the other two videos where I had filmed this after I have already met with my members, I'm actually filming this before I meet with the members. So I have no idea what they thought of these two volumes. But yeah, I'm looking forward to discussing those two volumes with them, as well as volumes 3 and 4 of Parasite. And that will pretty much cover everything as far as our October selections. Now for November, we will be continuing our series read of Parasite with volumes 5 and 6, but we will also be reading volume 1 of Kiss Him Not Me by Junko. This one is published by Kodansha Rated Teen. I believe this is about a girl who is overweight, and then when one of her crushes from TV or something, actor crushes, gets killed off of a TV show, she basically gets so depressed that she doesn't eat and becomes very slim, like how you see on the cover, and that makes her really attractive to lots of guys. Not the best message, but I hear that this one is especially funny because even though she's getting a lot of attention from these guys, she wants the guys to pay attention to the other guys because she's really into BL. She's a fujoshi. And so she wants to see them kiss each other. She doesn't want to have a relationship with them, is my understanding of what this series is. And yeah, I'm looking forward to checking this series out. Like I said, the premise doesn't have the greatest message, being that all of these guys are getting attracted to her because she's slim, but I need to see how that comes across in the story before I decide on how I feel. But we will be reading this as well as volume 1 of Blue Period. This one is by Tsubasa Yamaguchi, published by Kodansha Rated Older Teens. So this is going to be a Kodansha month because Parasite is also published by Kodansha, but that couldn't be helped because with the supply chain shortages and everything like that, the volume that I had originally chosen, that wasn't Kiss Him Not Me, is delayed until like early December, so I had to switch it out right away. I have been trying to get the selections chosen 2 months in advance, but even that didn't help. So a last minute decision means that we have a full slate of Kodansha manga for the month of November for the manga club, but I'm okay with that. But this story follows some art students, and that's pretty much all I know about this series. I picked this series up because I thought it would be something my daughter would be interested in. I am terrible at art. I have no artistic abilities at all. I don't know anything about art. I am a musician, so I know about music. I know about creating music and instrumentation and, you know, the colors of the music that you make coming off the page. I am an artist that way. I am not an artist when it comes to painting or drawing or things like that. I am terrible. But my daughter is very talented. At least I think she is. So I thought this series might be something interesting for her. One of the Manga Club members has actually said that she really enjoyed this one, and so I thought, well, let's have the club read it and then we can discuss, because that member is also an artist. In fact, when the Barnes & Noble had the manga drawing competition, she was one of the people who submitted a completed drawing, as well as my daughter. And so, yeah, I am looking forward to experiencing this one. I do have 3 volumes of this in my collection right now, but I'll only be reading volume 1 because I don't want to get any spoilers for the club. So yeah, if you'd like to read along with us in the month of November, we are reading these 2 volumes plus volumes 5 and 6 of Parasite. So that will pretty much do it for me for this Manga First Impressions video. Let me know down in the comments below if you've read any of these series and what you thought of them, but please no spoilers. And if you'd like to let me know that you were here, if you could leave me a ghost emoji down in the comments below, that would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out. And that will do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye!